أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن للمتقين مفازا حدائق وأعنابا إن للمتقين مفازا حدائق وأعنابا وكواعب أترابا وكأسا دهاقا لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا كذابا جزاء من ربك عطاء حسابا رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما الرحمن لا يملكون منه خطابا رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما الرحمن رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما الرحمن لا يملكون منه خطابا إن للمتقين مفازا حدائق وأعنابا وكواعب أترابا وكواعب أترابا وكأسا دهاقا إن للمتقين مفازا حدائق وأعنابا وكواعب أترابا وكأسا دهاقا لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا كذابا جزاء من ربك عطاء حسابا رب السماوات والأرض رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما الرحمن لا يملكون منه خطابا إن للمتقين مفازا حدائق وأعنابا وكواعب أترابا وكواعب أترابا وكأسا دهاقا لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا كذابا جزاء من ربك عطاء حسابا رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما الرحمن الرحمن
يا باسط يا ودود يا باسط يا ودود يا باسط يا ودود يا
أهلا وسهلا وحياكم الله وكل عام وأنتم بخير. اليوم 13 من 9 1447 هجري والموافق ب 3/3/2026. ما شاء الله تبارك الله. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to our beautiful mothers and our ancestors and our great forefathers and the soul tribe, the soul family, the soul connection that you have been a seed of, and that you will become a branch and finally a fruit that would be able to give off more fruits if your seed is stimulus. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. We are on the 13th of Ramadan. It is the 3rd of the 3rd today, MashaAllah. And we are into the Ayyam al-Bayd. We are into the white days. The white days, the white nights, wherever you want to call it. This is the most powerful time. It's not the last 10 nights. People, get that in your minds already from today onwards, in your minds. The strongest currency that the earth gravitates through her pulse, through her earth's pulse, through the mother pulse, is when it is the Badr. Okay? That goes without, nobody disputes that. You can't look at the two ends because both ends are weak. Okay? When the moon is born, you can't see it. When the moon disappears, you can't see it. So what is the strongest point? Allahu alladhi khalaqakum min du'fin thumma ja'ala min ba'di du'fin quwwa. Okay? The Badr is where you are now situated in terms of the cycle of life. Okay? Where you are in the center of the piece now, of the chessboard. Okay? You are not involved in a genocide. You are not implicated in being biased or taking part or taking a side because you are linked to that religion or you are linked to that political scenario. People, you gotta come out of that capture. That's no longer part of the scenario of the theater. Okay, there's a new age, there's a new stage, there's a new phase that is now unfolding. But whilst you are still in the old you, the old body, where you are still encrypted with animalistic traits and animalistic cannibal genes, okay, where you're not sure what you are eating, you're not sure what chemicals comes out of that laboratory, from which animal fat has that been extracted, whether you are not sure whether your soap is made of whatever animal, whether the chocolates that you are getting is coming from which animal fat. People, you must be frank with yourselves today. Okay, you have no idea where these things has actually been genetically modified. Okay, people, be honestly clear here, guys. You have to come down to the fact that why are you such an, where does your anxiety come from? Why do you turn so quick angry? Why do you lose it so easily? Why do you go into panic so easily? Why do you get worried so easily? Why are you such a wreck? What created you into being such a mess in yourself? Okay, You have to ask yourself that, because when the Badr comes, okay, only those who are sainted. وَلَقَدْ نَصَرَكُمُ اللَّهُ بِبَدْرٍ وَأَنْتُمْ أَذِلَّةٌ. It's us. It's got nothing to do with the past. The past don't exist. The fight is inside, but they are taking you outside because they are using a past narrative which they casted, okay, where the ancients had casted. But that was in the north, people. We have nothing to do with the north. The Noor, the N-O-R, okay, the Noor is inside, not externally. You have to hold your currency, you have to hold your sovereignty. This is the Ulul Azmi style, okay? Have you done your shadow work? Had you done your deep dives? Had you done your broken away from the religious spells and curses? Okay, had you come into the clear where you can now be the Badr, the you as a people, you as an 80-year-old, 90-year-old person, you have no idea what the sun is. You don't even know that the sun is plasma. Even the moon is a plasma. How does something that is so thousands of kilometers so far burn your skin? Isn't it happening inside? Isn't your senses inside? Aren't your senses feeling inside? Isn't this whole thing taking place from inside out, and you're only living in a reflective projection? Okay, but because of your it's ignorance, guys. Just it's ignorance. Okay, so hence, because of the ignorance, you use the religions and in order to safeguard you. But I want to bring it to your attention. Religions has already been stripped from yourselves. You will be now embarrassed because it is the Badr time now. Okay, the truth is going to expose the lie of religions now. Okay, guys, you have nothing to do with religions that is outside of your sovereign territory, people. Your land is inside, your nur is inside, your divine presence, conscious is within you guys. Nothing is external. It's just how you've been educated and how it's been projected that you cannot detach from that cost. Okay, it's the television that had the impact, and then the screens of the phone that you kept in your hands that synchronized your genes, okay, your genetics, okay. It's how your algorithms have shaped your reality, and you cannot come to the fact that Allah says, "Alladhina yu'minuna bil akhirah." There are some people that Allah has given the privilege of being safeguarded during the post-mortem where you are now in, okay, during the year after. That is people whose genealogy and genetics was not corrupted, people. They did not fall for the jokes. They did not go to the bioscopes. They did not become Elvis. They did not become Michael Jackson. They did not become in love with money. They did not hoard. They did not have anything on their names. They did not come here in order to have be possessed. Okay, today most of us are possessed because we have something on our name. We can't take it off. Okay, there was ways of overcoming these things, guys. Now you and I cannot departure and upgrade ourselves because we have been stuck with a mortal possession. Okay, that's Fir'aun, guys. Okay, now your genealogy and your biology has been the cause of your neurological order being disrupted now, and you cannot see past the fictional light. Okay, you cannot see past the whole zone now because you're caught up in and you're stranded now. Okay, you have no way of coming out because you did not have a life jacket when it came to the time when the boat was busy sinking. Right? This, in other words, guys, is just a metaphor for how you had to strip from your past belief systems. Allah doesn't. Nothing is nothing is stone casted, people. Okay, nothing remains the same. Okay, the stories of prophets, the understanding of gods, it's all been flipped, man. God became the devil in your past theory. Okay, the theology that was mixing up, that was trying to analyze the God mind, and they themselves has been tricked. The kite came onto them. Okay, you have to be awake if you have a soul. You have to be awake if you are if you have been safeguarded by the divine frequency. That is the alladina wahum bil akhirati yuqinun. They know when it is the new dawn, man. They know when it is the year after. They know when it is akhirah, because they cannot die. Only those who are fixed in the past and could not leave that drama and that Middle Eastern fanatism, that we had fallen in love with a stone and with a rock. Okay, and now the rock and stone rock, and it all holds that currency. They manage your financial assets. Okay, and the Arabs exchange it for the dollar. Okay, that's how you became worshippers of idols. Okay, that's the idol in your lives. You have no idea. The only problem that we as children are sitting with is that we can't find you in the house. The moment you leave, you are only leaving as a dop. Jy gaan net weg as 'n dop. Daar's niks roeg dan. Okay? Now, why? Because you have not been in your house. Had you been in the house, you would have been returning back to where you originally came from. But now, because you have been casted in a foreign exchange, okay, your currency is no longer valid to be applied inside your house. So you have to always stay outside of your bait. Okay, so you wonder, you are tahihin. You cannot connect to your ancestral pulse, to the pulse of your earth, from where you are supposed to have been synchronizing when the time when your body went to heal, when you were placed inside of it. Okay, you not your body, you are your higher self conscious, but because you have been corrupted biologically and physiologically, you have been separated from your heart, so you're stuck, and the heart and the mind is at war now. Okay, what you're visualizing now is the final accord of how you have made your departure. Okay, this is a journey that has come over for 950 years of your cycles, people. We have now, since the last 50 years, illa khamsina aman, okay, we had to come to the final story. Who are we? Where are we going to? Okay, where's our ancestors? Where's our dedicated house? What belongs? Where do we have a sense of belonging? Not your mother, not your grandmother, not your uncle, not your imam, not your predikant. Nobody wants to tell you the truth, because they themselves has been disconnected, and you have no way to get there unless you confront those dark alleys that is living inside of you, that you are now part of a war that is unfolding. Okay, the soul tribes don't participate in wars, people, because the war is only inside of us. If we take charge of the flame and we know where the hell is in the stomach, okay, and we know how to balance the water and the fire, then both are existing in one, and there is no opposition. Okay, that's the singularity of conscious, which many little of you come to. Okay, you waste God's energy if you come into earth, because you just come and waste pure stimulants that was from the tribe that your ancestors had gathered you in the past. Okay, so by now most of you must come to terms with, you will not be returning to the ancestral home. Okay, you yourself know what had gone wrong and where you had gone overboard. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm just here to give you the statistics as to what comes out of the Badr. Okay, Why did the Badr come? It was not a war on the outside, it was a war on the inside. The past don't people. The past understanding of religion that you and I have was one that fought wars and enslaved human beings. The Islam that we know is one that has found peace, one that gives you insight, nur, and guidance, okay? Not one that always wants to kill the enemy and finding somebody that wants to attack you and somebody that wants to make you down in some. It's only happening inside of you people. If you are watching fabricated scripts that you are being syntacasted, that's your world. That's a fabricated plastic Hollywood world that you are living in, and you cannot detach from that reality. That is where your rationale and your political asylum took place, and that is why you need a religion, because you cannot go to God free. Okay, you are in a catastrophe in civilization, and you are utterly blank about this whole dispensation. Anyway, there's the adhan going. Enjoy your iftar and have beautiful Laylatul Bayd. MashaAllah. كل عام وأنتم بخير وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
يا مصطفى كل شيء لله يا نورا من نور الله يا مصطفى كل شيء